If you're thinking about joining the Army and getting an education while you're in or after you get out, stick around because in this video I'm talking about your education benefits in the Army. What's up? I'm U.S. Army veteran ThatChrisChaos, and in this video I'm talking about getting an education while you're in the Army and after you leave the Army. If you're someone who has already gone to college and might be interested in joining the Army and having your student loans paid off, then stick around because at the end of this video I'll talk about that option as well. Now this is a topic I've been asked about quite often, so I figured I should create a dedicated video to help any of you out there that are curious about how education works when you're in the Army and when you get out of the Army. One common path might be someone who wants to come into the Army and be an officer. For that route, someone will have to go to college, go to ROTC, and then come into the Army as an officer after completing a 4-year degree. Or also having the option of going to West Point and then becoming an officer. I've already covered some information about taking this route in my video explaining officer rank in the Army, so I don't want to repeat that info here. If you are interested in taking that route to get an education and come into the Army as an officer, then I'll link a little card up here that you can check out that video. And that'll help you learn a little bit more about the ROTC program in West Point. Some people may join and want to work on a degree while they are currently serving in the Army. This can be done, but there are factors like training and deployments that can make this a challenge. The Army has a program called Go Army Ed. The GoArmyEd.com website is a resource soldiers have to register for online courses towards a degree or certification. The classes are online, so a soldier is able to work on that class when they have free time to do so, and Army pays for them to take those courses. However, if a soldier fails a course, then they are responsible for the fee to take that class. The Army only pays for the class if a soldier passes that course. In some cases, there are also a minimum grade requirement that a soldier must get in that class in order for the Army to pay for that course. There's a great guide that has a lot of information on using Go Army Ed that I will link down in the description below. If you're more of a hands-on kind of person that would rather take classes on campus with an actual teacher in front of them, then you can do this as well in the Army. This is typically something that soldiers will have to re-enlist for though. So a soldier is nearing the end of their initial enlistment, and they decide that they want to re-enlist with the college option. This is not something that is always offered Army-wide though. This would be something that a soldier's unit offers as an incentive to re-enlisting to stay with that unit and may not be offered by every unit in the Army. Also, this wouldn't be something you could do to stay back and attend college classes while the unit deploys. If a soldier's unit offered this option, then they would be able to attend a local college for 1 semester. The Army does pay for the school, but with very similar requirements as when the soldier uses Go Army Ed. That being that a soldier must pass the class that they are attending in order for the Army to pay for it. Otherwise, if they fail, then the soldier is responsible for paying for that class. A soldier that is utilizing the college option will still be required to show up for first formation in the morning and attend mandatory unit functions, but these requirements may vary from unit to unit. After the semester is over, that soldier would return to the normal job. If a soldier wanted to take another semester, then they would probably have to re-enlist for another college option, and trying to get a degree this way would probably take a long time. Soldiers commonly use this as an opportunity to go to school for a semester and try and knock out some of the general studies requirements that are available for their degree, and then when they get out of the Army, then they can focus on some of the classes that are more related to their degree that are maybe the funner ones or the cooler ones to take. Now this leads me into how a soldier can take advantage of their benefits and attend college after they get out of the Army, and there are several different options that are available. Those being the Montgomery GI Bill, the post 9/11 GI Bill, the Selected Reserve GI Bill, and for some qualified individuals there is voc rehab. The Montgomery GI Bill and the post 9/11 GI Bill are very similar. They both will fund up to 36 months of education, but the amount a soldier will receive is different for each. For the Montgomery GI Bill, a soldier will receive roughly $1,600 a month, and these amounts will increase a little each year. The soldier would use the money to pay for schooling as well as books and supplies. For those using the post 9/11 GI Bill, the Army pays 100% of the tuition, up to $1,000 per year for textbooks, and pays the soldier the E5 with dependents basic housing allowance for the area in which they are attending school. So for example, someone attending college in Colorado Springs, Colorado would receive approximately, I believe, $1,500, and that amount can vary, but that's how much they would receive per month for the post 9/11 GI Bill. Those are some of the key differences between those two though. There are a few other differences, and I'll link a great article in the description below where you can read about some of the other differences as well. For those in the Army Reserve, they are eligible for the Montgomery GI Bill Selected Reserve. This option is available to individuals who agree to a 6-year service obligation in the Army Reserves. The soldier can be eligible for more than $13,000 in tuition or up to $365 a month. For full-time students for up to 36 months. Then there's an option for veterans to receive what is called voc rehab to go to college. This option is available to disabled veterans who receive a 10% rating or above from the VA. Now there are a lot of qualifying factors that are also factored into the scenario of a soldier being granted voc rehab, as well as different factors that determine the benefits that a soldier can receive for voc rehab. For example, some benefits may be for a soldier who received 10% rating or above from the VA, while other benefits may require a 20% or above rating. The amount of time that benefits can be used can vary as well, but for some eligible veterans, it may not even have a limit. That veteran could potentially use the option to get a master's degree or even beyond. So because there are several different factors that can determine what benefits would be available to that veteran, I'd suggest if you or someone you know are interested in this option to just talk to someone at the VA about this opportunity to use voc rehab. A lot of people out there actually believe that this is the best option available out there to veterans who want to go to college. To give you an example, I know of a veteran that got out, qualified for voc rehab, went to school to learn auto mechanics, and voc rehab paid for his schooling, his tools, and his certifications that were needed to be an auto mechanic. So one last option that I'll talk about, and that is for those that already went to college before joining the Army and are looking to get the Army to pay off their student loans. If an individual qualifies, the Army could pay up to $65,000 in student loans. In order for someone to qualify, they will have to have their enrollment in the GI Bill waived, meaning they will not be able to use the GI Bill after they get out of the Army. They must also enlist in a critical military occupational specialty, which those qualifying jobs will change quarterly, so it's best to talk to an Army recruiter to find out what jobs qualify for that critical MOS and find out some more of the details. The student loan must also be a legitimate student loan and not just some personal loan you took out from a regular bank in order to pay for your tuition. There are also a few other requirements like a minimum ASVAB score and some other factors that determine an individual's eligibility, so be sure to contact an Army recruiter to find out more. And that also goes for all of the stuff I talked about in this video. It's always best just to talk to an Army recruiter to find out all the details, to find out if something has changed and how the kind of program works. When I got out of the Army, I actually used the Montgomery GI Bill to get an associate's degree in television and radio. So my question to you is, if you're thinking about joining the Army or you're currently serving in the Army and would like to utilize any of these options to get a degree, what would you want to study? Leave a comment down below. And for any veterans out there that have used one of these programs or are currently using it, let me know what you are studying or got a degree in. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to check out some of my other content, I got a couple of suggested videos right over there that you can check out. And if you are not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm ChristopherChaos, and I will see you next time. See ya.